So today we're going to talk about drone classifications. There are many ways to talk about and classify a drone. When we say drone, we're referring to what is known as an unmanned aerial vehicle, most commonly referred to as a UAV. Now, that's any aircraft, no matter the shape or size, that can navigate without a human pilot inside or on top of the drone. You can classify drones a number of ways. You can classify them by their body and how they're shaped. You can classify them from their size. Are they a micro drone or are they a drone as big as a car? You can classify them by purpose. Are they just for fun flying around? Are they used for taking pictures? Are they used for filming? You can classify them by control styles. Are they automated or are you using a controller to move it around? And there's a lot more ways you can classify them. Now, when we talk about classifying a drone by the body, we're talking about how it's built and how it functions and how it flies. The oldest type of drone body is the fixed wing drone. Think of it as your traditional airplane. They're great for long endurance. They can cover large amounts of areas. The battery life lasts a lot longer than other drones, and they are very fast. Now, the downside, you're going to need some sort of runway to start and take off, and they're hard to fly and need more training. Plus, the bigger ones, the more professional ones, can get very expensive. Next up, we have single rotor. So think of it as a helicopter, right? Now, the great thing about these is they can take on and off the ground without needing a long runway. The gas power ones can last pretty long, and they can do a heavier payload, so they can carry a lot more weight. They are, though, a lot more dangerous, and they're even harder to fly than the fixed ones, and they require a lot of training. Likewise, they can be very expensive. Now, when most people think of drones, they usually refer to a multi-rotor drone. Starting with the tricopter, which is the first of the multi-rotor drones, you had two motors in the front and one in the back that could tilt side to side in order to make it spin left and right. As technology progressed and improved, we started using what we call quadcopters, which is probably now the most common type of drone. It has four motors, two spin clockwise, two spin counterclockwise, and that prevents it from turning by itself. And because you can control how fast and how slow those motors go, you can make it tilt left and right, you can make it go forward and backwards, or you can just have it spin in a circle, known as a yaw. But besides the four drone quad, you have a hexadrone and an octocopter. So those are the different types of drones you can have in multi-rotors. Now the great thing about multi-rotor drones is they're very accessible. You can actually find these at some children's stores. They're easy to use, especially for beginners, and they have them now that they basically lock into place using GPS. You can do vertical takeoff and landing, so you don't need a lot of space for it, and they're very good for cameras. So you can have a camera on it and you can take multiple pictures of it, and a lot of people like that. And bonus, they can operate in confined areas. In fact, a lot of the drones we have at the school, we've flown in the classroom. The downside with it is the flight times are a lot shorter. Since you have more motors, it takes more power, so you're going to last a lot less time. Likewise, since it takes so much power, you can't put as much weight on the drone. In fact, if you put too much weight on the drone, your quadcopter is not going to get off the ground. Lastly are the new ones that they're starting to come out with now, which we call fixed wing hybrids. Uh, it's what it's trying to do is trying to combine the vertical takeoff and landing of a quadcopter or a multi-rotor drone with the long endurance flight of a fixed wing drone. Now, it's not great at hovering or flying forward. It's kind of a hybrid and still in development. But the reason why they're doing this and the reason why they're making this is for, say, package delivery from Amazon. That's one of the main people researching these vertical takeoff drones. That way they can use this for a business sense. So out of all those drones that we've talked about so far, I'm just wondering this. Which drone would you like to fly? Now, everyone has different things they favor. My father likes to fly fixed wing, where I like to fly the multi-rotor drones, specifically the small ones. So which one seems most interesting to you?